Okay, we are at Graves Creek. We are about to head out into the Enchanted Valley. So, we've got Alex and myself today, and we've just came up 6 miles of really horrible gravelly road. It's a 13.6 mile each way. We talked to the ranger before we got off. She said that there were 4 bears up in the valley a week or so ago. Yeah, so hopefully we won't see too many, or hopefully they'll be far away when we do see them. This is supposed to be one of the more beautiful trails here in Washington. So, nice bridge. The Quinault River below us, I believe. And there are about 3 campgrounds along the way, along the 13.6 miles. So we might stop at one of those the first day. And then head up to Enchanted tomorrow and come home on Sunday. So we will catch up with you as we progress and see new nifty stuff. Here is the trail marker. It is 13.5 miles to Enchanted Valley. You can also take it all the way to the other side of the park at the Dosewalps trailhead.
So you can go across the park.
So you can cut across the entire park.
What is that big one?
Here is our first bridge crossing. Somebody recommends not using poles on this.
Very risky. Not risky, annoying.
Alright, and I think most of our elevation is going to be right around this corner. Not that we've went back to make sure that we were on the right path.
We did.
Oh, well, somebody threw me under the bus. See any bears yet? Okay. This is pretty much what our path's been. Had more ups than I expected. Supposedly this was only 2,000 feet of elevation gain, but I feel like we've done that much already almost. What do you thought, Alex?
Probably only like 400 feet.
Yeah? Maybe. So, haven't seen any bear yet. Seen some big trees. We should be coming up to the running along the river shortly. So, yeah. It's Washington nature. Looking forward to seeing some animals up in the valley, seeing the chalet. Should be a great trip. The weather has turned beautiful in the middle of October here. Okay, we're 2 miles in. We've had to cross a few of these. Luckily there have been rocks along most of them. Any comments, Alex?
I'm getting hungry.
We're getting hungry. Okay, well, we're almost to Pony Bridge, and I think we're gonna stop there and eat some lunch. So, this is definitely the damper part of the trail here, but it's the happiest place on earth, I've heard.
It's a good one.
All right, so we're about to cross Pony Bridge, it looks like. There's the river down there. You can kind of, I'll zoom in a little bit. It's babbling and pretty sounding and majestic. Okay. So no pack horses are allowed, but we're on Pony Bridge. And as you can see, 2 miles in, this is a pretty darn nice looking bridge. And we'll see if we can get some of the river underneath of us. And just a sec.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Look over there!
Oh, yeah, that's some pretty little waterfall there, and wow.
Wow, indeed.
Okay, so we've crossed Pony Bridge, we've had some lunch. Any observations on?
That's a nice raging river.
It is, and you can see the leaves falling down into it.
That's beautiful.
It is pretty. Anyhow, we've got about 10 more miles to go, maybe a little more. So we might not make it, but we will find out. but this is one of the most gorgeous fall days I've ever seen. We've come to just a beautiful little brook leading in with all the fall leaves on the ground and a nice bridge across the river so we don't have to work hard. Go ahead. Any comments to add about how the hike's been so far? Yeah, a little harder than just 2,000 feet of elevation. It's a bit of a roller coaster at the beginning here. But I think we're making it through. So we've come away from the river a little ways and we're into some kind of, it almost looks like old growth. Any comments, Alex? How far in are we now? 4.4. I don't know if we're going to make it to the Enchanted Valley tonight or if it'll be tomorrow. Well, onwards we go. Alex, we're taking a little break. Do you have anything to say to people who write guidebooks that say the elevation is 2,000 feet of change on the...
Do your homework. Come out here, do it yourself. You're off. I guarantee you, you're off.
Yeah? Okay. So you think that sometimes people that write their guidebooks do not...
They just look at the elevation change. They're like, oh, it's only 2,000 feet.
So if you do the Wonderland Trail, it's 0 feet?
I can tell you from personal knowledge, it's more than 0 feet.
Yeah, but here, what do you think?
Well, it was said 2,000, but...
It did say 2,000. We're 5 miles in, and my Fitbit already tells me we're 130 stories up, so there's... Saying this is a flat trail is a little bit of a lie.
It's easy.
It's not hard. It's just a constant roller coaster. So
Get off, and if you start late, you're not making it.
I screwed up and didn't hit the record button when I was recording my latest thing. I was talking about how much fungus we have seen on this trail and how we've seen red-capped ones and really weird white ones, and you can see on this tree there's quite a number. Looks like we've missed the fall leaves changing by a few days, but we've still got some that are in the tree. We just heard our first Roosevelt elk call, and Alex was mentioning that you can sometimes lose your way in the path. If you look ahead here, it kind of just disappears under all of the leaves. Yeah, alright, so we're hoping we don't have to do too much night camping to make it to camp, but it looks like we're probably going to have to. Okay, so there's even, and if we tilt down probably, you can see there's a lot of fall there. So
it says that's 4:30.
We are at No Name Creek, and that is actually its name, No Name. And again, it has cool steps leading up to it, like some of the other ones here. It's, you can see there's some, but it's filled with gravel, so that's nice. It makes it stiff and, or not slick to walk on.
Anyway, that's just another bridge.
Well, we've come into a very different type of area, kind of
Opening meadow.
yeah, a little meadow in the middle of the forest. This is nice. Not too many leaves. Alex is insisting that we're going to get cell service here, so we're going to give that a shot. I doubt we will. It's surprising how flat the other side of the river has been. We're, you know, so it's you know, as we keep going up and down hills all the time, all I ever see is it flat on that side. Maybe it floods over there and that's why they don't build the trail there. But there's some nice litter in the fireplace here that somebody did choose nicely with the granola and blueberries. That's one of my favorite meals, but they left it here. We'll grab it on the way out.
Really?
If we remember. Well, leave no trace.
Good point.
So it's kind of like the Grand Park of
Plains on the mountain?
No, Grand Park on Mount Rainier, not the Great Plains on the mountain.
I think we like it though.
So yeah, it's a great, nice, big plain
With a couple of trees on it.
with a few trees. I'm still looking for the elk and deer to come frolicking through
I can't wait
to go down. It's
the museum. But
chalet.
The living history chalet.
Here we are in the beautiful Enchanted Valley. And over there you can see the chalet. We'll go do a video of that. We ended up pulling in at what time, Alex? 8:15. We were hiking by headlamp. I think we annoyed a few people we came by. We haven't seen, Alex thinks he saw one bear last night. We've heard a lot of elk bugling, so that's been cool. We pretty much have sharing this place with one other person. The other person packed up a few minutes ago, headed back to Seattle. And so it's extremely quiet here, which is probably a big change from the summertime months where it's, you know, full of 150 people a night. However, it is a little chilly. Just a little chilly. You can see their outhouses right over there. And there's the mountains around the valley. And here is the chalet, or chalet if you want to be silly. The river is pretty far across its own banks right now. Says warning, no trespassing, I bet. Yeah, it was funny. Alex and I were hiking up, and you have to come out of the little rise here, and Alex is like, I wonder if we're going to see the chalet, and all of a sudden, you know, we're coming up this little rise over here and across the things, and bam, there it is. So you can see there's the river, and it's got probably 7 or 8 feet before the bank erodes, so hopefully we don't have heavy flooding. Alright, so there's our first Roosevelt elk there. He's way far away. If you see the side of the hill. There's our first bear that we've actually seen. It's there's our bear friend. He's just foraging the ground. There we go. What do you think he's eating there? Mushrooms?
I don't see any shrooms. I was trying to think it must be this grass right here.
Maybe.
He's just going tough to tough. There's not enough mushroom left on the ground, really. It looks like
Yeah. Here we came down to the river. If you see over there is where we saw the elk earlier. And over there is the chalet. And there's the outhouse. And we're finally getting our tent dried off.
The sun finally hit us. We're taking it.
And it is amazing how big this river becomes.
It's not fun in the spring to come down here.
Yeah, you'd get swept away probably in the...
One of the rivers would be out or something.
So here's the view we missed yesterday coming in, but we're doing it as we leave. You can see a glacier about center frame, and there's the chalet, and it's just tucked into this beautiful valley. And it's about 1:15, I think I said, and we're on our way down to O'Neill. So we'll have a nice short day today and a nice short day tomorrow. So we'll show some bridges and other things as we leave. There's a lot of times the path is a little tricky to find, other than, especially when it's covered in giant maple leaves. But overall, this has just been amazing. We had, like I said, the valley almost to ourselves. Today there was only one other guy, and he was much less scared of the bears than we were, so that was nice to have somebody who's a little more familiar with the area. We're in a totally mossy, rainforesty area, which is a little bit rare on this hike. And yeah, we certainly didn't see this last night with our headlamp hiking, and we should be coming up to pretty, not rickety because it's a huge steel beam, which is pretty impressive that they got it out here. We will resume then. You can see the bridge right over there that we're heading. It looks definitely looks bigger at night, but it's pretty easy to cross. It does have a handrail on one side, a little bit narrow. Yeah. And don't know if I should just keep recording till we get across it or not. Yeah, okay. So what's been your favorite part of the trip so far, Alex? They are easy river crossings. Seeing the bear was pretty darn cool. Seeing the Roosevelt elk was pretty darn cool. So you can see the massive steel girder they use here.
It's not that big now.
Hey.
More terrifying.
It is a little bit slippery, but as long as you don't look down and get vertigo, you're fine.
That was easy.
Okay, across. And there is the river. And so we've got a mama and her cub that are not scared of, hey bear! And we're just waiting for them to move away, and we'll see what happens. But they are cute little babies, but I don't want to get mauled, so. We moved a bit and they started running a little bit towards us, but then they totally took off because Mama didn't want to get her cubs in danger. So we're safe. We've missed this in our dark hike last night, but it's just endless ferns and maples, and as you can see, the trail's a little bit hard to see. just beautiful. This is probably one of the most monstrous trees I've ever seen. It's just huge. Camera is still on because we're going around to look at the monstrous tree. Yeah? So, you want to go stand next to it for scale? Okay. It's very, very big. So, there's a 5 foot tall person for comparison. So, big tree. So, we're almost back to the pyrites. And we're headed through the really treacherous leaf area. And haven't seen any bears since the mama and the cub. So that's good, I guess. Sad we missed a herd of elk that somebody else saw coming along the path. But then everybody gets a different experience, which is kind of nice. So somebody already picked up the trash, so there's a good Samaritan in the neighborhood, so thank you whoever you are. There's some elk fairly close by there. They're giving us the look. Just missed a massive bull. He's calling for his ladies right now, I think. What? We're at Camp O'Neill. We've elected to camp away from the river. Hopefully that'll keep us a little warmer tonight. Any thoughts on our spot, Alex?
I'm tired.
Okay, we're getting ready to leave O'Neill. We camped here and it did freeze on us, so we had a little bit of ice on our tent, which made it take a little bit longer. Anything to say, Alex?
Only 6 miles.
Only 6 miles to go or so? That's good. We're ready to go, so if we find anything interesting, we'll let you know. There's some more of the crazy funguses that are, or fungi, that are all over the trail. These are a little unique. Haven't seen this type before. And it's in a, whoops, let me zoom out. We're in a nice rainforesty part. Haven't seen any elk or deer or bears this morning. It's just been nice and quiet. And here we have some more mushrooms that are growing. Just all over the place. It's like we're in the middle of a rainforest. It's awesome. So we've got some of these and some of those, and you can see the just flat tops. Haven't seen any of the red ones yet today, but we shall see. Here's the canyon that the water flows into for about to hit Pony Bridge from the other side. And there's also a pretty little waterfall right there. It's some amazing deep water.
Yeah.
Be fun to jump into if there was an easy way out.
Not really.
Okay. If you were to do this hike, Alex, how would you tell somebody, how many days would you suggest taking?
4 to 5, because the first day you can camp out on O'Neill or Pyrac, the second day you can go to like Enchanted, maybe stay another day at Enchanted, and then head back to O'Neill, and then finally home the last day.
Okay, that sounds like a good itinerary for anybody thinking of doing this trip. I think 3 days was a little fast. I mean, we could have gone up in 13 and down 13, but that's
Long days.